I've been playing Call of Duty since Modern Warfare 2 back in 2009, and honestly, it sucks seeing what this franchise has turned into. Call of Duty used to be the game that everyone wanted to play after school or after work. You'd hop on with your friends, laugh, mess around, and play for hours without even realizing it. Now, a lot of people play for maybe an hour and get off frustrated. So with that said, let's get into it. The first problem is the movement. Call of Duty has always been an arcade shooter. It was never meant to look like a professional parkour competition. Nowadays, everyone is constantly sliding, diving, bunny hopping, and moving at ridiculous speeds. Instead of focusing on gun skill and positioning, fights sometimes feel like you're trying to track somebody bouncing all over your screen. I think the movement peaked with Modern Warfare 2019. It felt smooth. It felt modern. It was fast enough to keep the game exciting without making every gunfight look chaotic. Call of Duty doesn't need to reinvent movement every year. Sometimes keeping it simple is actually the better choice. Now, here's the crazy part. Even today, there are still thousands of people loading up Black Ops and Black Ops 2. Those games are over a decade old. Meanwhile, the newest Call of Duty struggles to keep people interested just months after release. Whether the exact player numbers fluctuate or not, it's obvious that a huge part of the community keeps going back to those older games because they're simply more fun. And those games didn't have crazy movement, they didn't rely on endless bundles, they didn't need a battle pass every season. People played them because the gameplay itself was addictive. That's just proof that Call of Duty doesn't need to rely on flashy mechanics or cosmetic content to keep players around. If Activision asked me what the biggest priority should be, I'd say maps. Black Ops 2 had one of the greatest map pools in gaming history. Raid, Standoff, Slums, Hijacked, Plaza, Cargo, Yemen, Express. I mean, the list just keeps going. Even a map like Express, which probably wasn't what most people's #1 favorite back then was, would easily be one of the best maps in many of the newer Call of Duty games. That's how much stronger the map design used to be. The maps were simple, 3-lane, easy to learn, every lane had purpose. Every gun could be useful. You always knew where the action was. Instead of making dozens of forgettable maps every year, I'd rather have 10 amazing ones. Now let's talk about the most controversial topic. Skill-based matchmaking. I'm not saying every match should be completely random, but public matches are supposed to be casual. Sometimes you want to sweat, sometimes you want to use a terrible gun. Sometimes you want to play with friends who aren't as good as you. Instead, every game feels like you're playing for $1 million. If I want a competitive experience, I'll play ranked. That's literally what ranked is for. Public matches should be about relaxing and having fun. Ranked should be where players who want balanced, competitive matches go. That separation worked well in older games, and I think it would make Call of Duty more enjoyable for everyone. Every year feels like Call of Duty focuses more on the store than the game itself. Another operator bundle, another anime skin, another battle pass, another crossover. None of those things matter if people aren't enjoying the gameplay. I'd rather have better maps, better matchmaking, better progression, better weapon balance. Focus on making people love the game first. The cosmetics will sell themselves if people actually want to keep playing. At its core, I don't think Call of Duty needs some huge revolution. It just needs to remember what made it great. Simple movement, great maps, casual public matches, competitive ranked. Fun gameplay that keeps people saying, just one more game. Hopefully one day Activision gets back to what made Call of Duty the biggest shooter in the world. If you agree or think I'm completely wrong, honestly, let me know down in the comments. I'd love to hear what changes you think would bring Call of Duty back to its glory days.